Mount Everest, the ultimate test of endurance, resilience, and teamwork. In 1996, a fateful expedition revealed not just the dangers of the mountain but lessons in managing workplace behavior. Today, I am going to demonstrate how the principles of personality, motivation, leadership, group dynamics, and work attitudes unfold through the lens of the Everest tragedy and how they apply to our professional lives. Leadership is critical, especially in high stakes environments. Rob Hall and Scott were seasoned leaders, yet they struggled with maintaining authority under pressure. Hall's reluctance to enforce the turnaround time, a decision rule meant to prioritize safety, resulted in catastrophic outcomes. It reminds us of the need for decisive, sometimes unpopular choices as leaders. Group dynamics on Everest highlight the dangers of poor communication and lack of trust. The climbers were a mix of experienced mountaineers and novices, leading to conflicts and bottlenecks. Effective teamwork requires clear roles, open communication, and shared goals. Whether it's a mountaintop or a boardroom, cohesion determines success. Summit fever, a cognitive bias where climbers prioritize reaching the top over safety clouded judgment. Doug Hassan, driven by personal motivation to overcome past failure, pushed beyond his limits. Motivation is powerful but must be balanced with rational decision making. Diverse personalities added complexity. Anatoly's stoicism clashed with Scott's, creating a divide in leadership styles. Emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions could have bridged these gaps, ensuring that decisions were empathetic yet effective. Finally, attitudes toward risk and resilience shaped outcomes. While some turned back, others succumbed to overconfidence. A culture that values safety and adaptability can prevent such misjudgments. The Mount Everest case stands as a profound lesson in understanding and managing workplace behavior, highlighting the delicate balance of human dynamics needed to achieve not just goals but sustainable collective success. It teaches us that effective leadership requires more than technical expertise. It demands decisiveness, foresight, and the courage to make tough decisions that prioritize safety and long-term outcomes over immediate gratification. Motivation, while a powerful driver, must be tempered with self-awareness and rational judgment to avoid the pitfall of overcommitment and summit fever. The case underscores the critical importance of group dynamics and communication, showing how clear roles, mutual trust, and open dialogue are essential to navigating complex environments. It also demonstrates intelligence, the ability to understand, empathize, and manage interpersonal relationships in the key to bridging differences, resolving conflicts, and fostering collaboration amongst diverse team members. Resilience emerges as another cornerstone, emphasizing the need to adapt to unforeseen challenges, maintain focus under pressure, and prioritize the well-being of the entire team over individual ambitions. Lastly, the tragedy highlights the dangers of fragmented systems and the importance of integrating robust processes that ensure alignment and accountability across all levels. Together, these insights form the foundation of managing workplace behavior, where success is not just about teaching ambitious targets but doing so in a way that upholds the team's integrity, health, and future potential. In the end, the Everest case challenges us to redefine success not as an isolated victory for a few, but as a shared achievement where every team member thrives, adapts, and returns stronger, united by a culture of trust, resilience, and purpose. Remember, success isn't just about reaching the top, it's about coming back safely.